You can put a UMC 500 right where your VF2 was, and now you add a pallet pool to it, and you run all night.
Brian, great to be in your demo area here in Oxnard in the US in California. Obviously, this is where all these machines are built.
Yes.
Today, we're going to be talking about automation and the pallet solution now available on the UMC range. Firstly, it might be quite an obvious question, but why have you introduced a pallet pool to these machines?
It's to make the machine more productive. And it's like we talked about a little bit earlier, everybody that we talk to, and it doesn't matter what country you're in, US, UK, everywhere around the world, is having trouble getting good qualified machine operators. So reality is automation is what most shops need. And the fact that we're making automation easier for people to use, all the programming's done through the Haas control, means that it's more accessible for even the smaller, the job shops can get automation.
So tell us about the UMC range and the models within it, and which ones can have the pallet system and how many pallets they've got. Just give us an overview of the...
So you can get a pallet pool on all the UMCs. We've got a UMC 500, 750, 1000, and a UMC 1250. Any of the machines can be fitted with a pallet pool. Now, you have to get the pallet pool at the time of machine purchase. They're not field retrofittable. But any of the UMCs.
Because the UMC has been so successful, I remember reviewing one of these back in the UK in about 2013. It was when they first
That's
came
when
out.
we debuted, yes, 2013.
Yeah. And I always thought then it was going to be a successful machine. It came with quite a high specification, a great price tag,
yes.
and the Haas control with certain features within it
yes.
that made it easy for people to program 5-axis. Right. So you've got a reliable machine, and you're going to now attach to that the ability to run that unmanned. That's the key, isn't it?
That is the key. When we first introduced the UMC, there were a lot of shops that were skeptical because they thought 5-axis is something that's beyond me. But reality is almost everybody is doing 3+2 machining, not to be confused with true 5-axis. And so that was an entry point for the UMC as a series. The pallet pool, as I mentioned before, is the same situation. People say, oh, automation is difficult to program. I don't know if I can do it. We've made it simple. Through the Haas control, all the programming is done. We've got templates that guide you through. So we've tried to make it easy for anybody to get into automation.
Because even with a 5-axis machine, a VMC, we've noticed that they can be as inefficient as maybe only running 35–40% of the time if you're doing well.
Yes.
This will completely uplift that, won't it? And
completely.
This will take this into the 80s or the 90%
yes.
of efficiency if you choose to.
Yes, absolutely. The idea is to keep that spindle turning, and you're loading and unloading parts in the pallet pool, and the machine never stops.
So when you talk to your customers here in the US market, there's obviously a big skills gap here and around the world. Do you think then, when you now sell a UMC, how many would you expect to take up the option of a pallet pool? And how difficult is it going to be for you to convince people that this is the way forward?
It's getting that first one in the shop that's difficult. What we've done is we've put a lot of videos on our website of other customers, and some of them are just iPhone videos. We ask the customer, hey, just bust out your iPhone and take, so that people can see that, hey, that's a little shop just like me. If they can do it, I can do it. So it's really just getting people over that barrier, and seeing other customers doing it is a big part of that.
Yeah, because when you look at pallet systems, people often think they're going to cost me a lot of money. Okay,
yep.
It will cost you more, but what you can actually achieve in there is
right.
is what you need to think about, isn't
yes.
it? And I want to just pick up on this UMC, Brian, because it is a machine that, as I say, I looked at many, many years ago. What's changed with this range in the last sort of decade, or just less than that really has made it such a good seller for you?
I think, like I spoke about earlier, getting people over that 5-axis was a barrier. Now that we have people understanding that this will take you, let's say you're on a VMC and you have 3 operations and 3 vices. You can do that in one operation on a UMC. So getting people over that barrier that it's not, yes, it's a 5-axis capable machine, but most of the work you do is not 5-axis.
And when you go to the bigger 5-axis, the UMC 1000, you're going to start to then take heavier parts.
Yes.
Aren't you? Does that mean you have to build the machines differently? Do you have to take different things into configuration
sure.
when you're maneuvering
sure.
heavyweight components?
Sure. The design of each one is unique based on the weight and travel requirements. So the castings get bigger, the sizes of the linear guides and the ball screws get bigger, the spacing between the linear guides gets gets wider. All those things are taken into consideration as the machine frame size goes up.
I always like the fact with these machines, it's very ergonomic. Is it when you get in and look at the ergonomics,
Yes.
you see how the swarf extraction happens under the table itself.
Yes.
So when it tips, because that can be a problem. Certainly, if you're talking about running lights out, you then need to factor in making control of the swarf
Absolutely.
situation. What about your tooling as well? How do you then make sure you can not just feed the machine with the parts, but keep
Yes.
different parts being cut, because you'll need more tools, won't you, as well?
You'll need more tools, and it's funny you say that. We're just working on, about to introduce a 70 pocket tool changer. So most of the machines come standard with a 30 pocket tool changer. We have a 50 pocket option, and now we'll introduce a 70. And obviously, as we add automation, as we add more pallets, as we introduce robots to our machines, the need for more tools just increases.
In measurement processes like probing and things like that, they're all available as well to make sure.
Not only are they available, on all the UMC machines, probing is standard.
Going to be a big move for Haas, do you think, this pallet situation with the UMC?
I believe so. I really think it is, especially this UMC 500. As you can see, we're standing in front of it. It's a great size. It's roughly the size of a VF2, which is our most popular selling machine. You can put a UMC 500 right where your VF2 was, and now you add a pallet pool to it, and you run all night.